Welcome back. Well, today, super humid. We got some hay cut down, but I'm not gonna cut any more hay. But I have that spring tank I showed you a video back out in the pasture that was plugged, and there was the protection around the pipe was bad. We're gonna go work on that, get that thing spiffed up, get an overflow made. So that's what's happening on Ranching Sodak. So what you've missed in the last 20 minutes is me scrambling around the shop looking for fittings, and I finally have put this together of how we're going to get out to that spring tank. So this is going to come from the spring. There's a pipe out there right now that's free flowing, so it's going to come in here. It's going to come to this float. This is the tank. Then we'll have a float on here. Put a I got a couple little float balls, so when the tank gets full, this will shut off. And then it'll start building up pressure from the spring, and then the overflow is just going to go right here. We'll hook it to this hose. This will go down on the edge of the tank and get buried and go out, you know, the length of this pipe here. So all this is extra leftover stuff from projects and other water projects. So I found enough bushings and crap to make it, put it together. I couldn't build two of them, I can tell you that, because I had a hard enough time building one. So I'm gonna load this up, go down to the neighbors and look for some gates so we can build around a little protected area where the pipes come out of the ground. The telehandler's out there with some posts, so let's load up and head out there. This thing's running really good today with fuel in the tank. Not sure what that's all about. So we gotta rescue a couple of gates or panels or some crap out of that pile there. Probably should walk out in here first and see if there's anything I'm gonna run over. Oh yeah, a couple of nice panels there we can get down. See what we can do. These are gonna work good, huh? Gotta somehow get them in the pickup. How am I gonna do that? I'm gonna bring air compressor and a generator for the blowing that line out because it's plugged with stuff. Get it to flowing again, and then a couple pipe for our. And we gotta have a few dogs. They're always nice to have along. Well, I don't know. We're probably forgetting something, but I got quite a load of crap here. So we got our panels, pipe, hose, air compressor, float, valve, generator, drill, air hose, screws, hose clamps, wire. All right, let's do it. Well, there's where we need to be, right down there. The best way to get there. Might have to walk. I don't like to walk. The ease are on down and around. I'll be able to wheel her in right here. She's holding tough. Four-wheeler's about to fall off the front. All right, well, here it is. Here's what I was talking about. This is where the water is coming out of this one, but it's plugged currently. These must be some extra chunks. My thought is we need to get that one of those metal gates to come out and protect the float. I wonder if I could turn it one way or the other. Either way, and then the overflow is going to go this way. Then we'll lay that pipe over there and then cover that with dirt, and then at least get that water to go over that hill. Them posts are good. We just need to put a post on this side and try to configure out how we're gonna do the protections. This might work out okay if I put one of those panels in there and come out this way, and then put one here on top of the tank. We could put a pipe right there and one right there, tie it to that. We might be able to get that part to work pretty good. What happens is once the cattle got behind here and knocked this pipe down, you see here this pipe's got a kink in it. which water still could come, and it still does a little bit, but it's probably plugged with the kink and some sediment. So we're gonna have to dig that down, get around it, and cut that at the kink. And here's a fern coat that'll have to go on, and then we'll have to add a piece of pipe, this pipe here. I don't know why this is bigger, if it will slide over that pipe maybe. I like this one because it's gonna slide into our bumblebee pipe easier too. So anyways, oh, that's what I gotta do. Cut that down and make a plan. So that's plugged with rust from not flowing, so we're gonna have to blow air up in there. I don't know if having that fern coat on would make any difference or not, because it's the wrong size pipe. We're gonna just have to be relying on that foot inside of each other. There's no pressure in it essentially, but we do want to keep this straight, and that's where we went wrong when the cattle got in here and stomped this down. But now, put that bumblebee hose on here somewheres, and then our float will be right here, and the overflow can go right over there. Once we get this how the length, then we'll blow air up in there and get her flowing. That's gonna slide in there all the way up to there. Let's blow some air through here now and see if we can't get the water to start coming. Might have to go back to that one. Found a little heater hose. If I can get that to seal up around there. Oh, mama. Sucker's going now. She ain't got no choice. It's just open on the other end into that spring culvert, so I mean, we're pushing shit uphill, but it's the bubbles have a place to go out. We're not pressurizing anything. There's pressure there because the water is way higher than the outlet hole in that spring. So it'd be nice if I had another person to go look for bubbles in that culvert. I hear her coming now, maybe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, buddy. She's guys or boys? Get her all flushed out. It doesn't run this fast normally because it's, like I said, it's built up a bunch of head pressure because it's higher than the outflow on that spring tank or that spring culvert up there. Well, I left the telehandler right over the hill there out of in the other pasture. So I'm going to bring that over here. I'm going to push a post there and one on the end of there. So we can start chaining that stuff up, wiring it up while that's draining down, and then we'll work on that float a little bit. She kept sinking in here. I was gonna tip over, I thought. Well, we got her pretty straight. Now we got to get this one in up here somewhere. This panel's gonna come back to there, like so. We need to get a post here, and we can wire some of this wood to it and wire this to it here. That'll get wired or chained in the middle, and then we can go back to that post there. We'll have her all hooked up. Try to get one in here, huh? Stay. What'd I do? Bump it? Frick! I'm pouched up, got my pliers, and we'll start double wrapping some wire around here, getting things hooked together. Screw these other ones on over here. Screw them on and stick them behind here and wire them up, I think. Yes. We'll finish wiring this up and cut these off. Got 2 gas-powered chainsaws and 2 electric chainsaws. Let's go out to Toast Oil and check out DF cattle mats while I cut this second post.
Folks, it is currently Saturday morning, and I'm actually not in Tolstoy. I'm in Bowdle at the house right now. But I'll show you guys a couple of the mats that I'm going to deliver today to Brandon Ritter up in Mound City. So we got 8 of the basic mats on the front in the dump trailer. It's only a 10 mat order, so I'm just hauling them with the dump trailer. That way I can dump them out when I get there. I'm going to be taking off here after I get this video finished. So, and then these 2 actually are 6x10s, and it's going to go 20 feet by 20 by 6 down the shoreline of the Missouri River, and they're planning on banking their boats on it and being able to get off. It's kind of a rocky shoreline where they're at, so this will be the first time I've ever built a mat for a boat. That's what he's going to do with it. He's going to lay them down the shoreline, beach the boats on it, and then be able to get off and hopefully not scratch the boats on this rocky shoreline. So Brandon, if you're watching this, I hope they work for you, and thanks for buying some mats from me. If anyone else wants to order some mats, you know where the website is. It's linked down below, so go check it out. Dad and I are going to have some new merch coming soon, hopefully. We're going to have hopefully some coffee cups and some hats, maybe some t-shirts, also some beef jerky. If we can get some Wagyu beef jerky lined up, let us know if you guys would be interested in that, because we could do it. So let us know in the comments down below if you'd be interested in some beef jerky, some Wagyu beef jerky, American Wagyu, and we'll probably do some. So stay tuned for that, and go down to the website down below, dfcattlemats.com, and get you a mat right now and get you a free shout out on the channel. Thanks. Back to Matty Ice.
Let's start mounting this thing down. This is how fast that spring will run right there. That one's probably close to 5 gallons a minute. Pretty clear now. You just tuned in, here's the theory behind this. So that spring is coming out of the side hill. Up about 150 feet is a culvert with a bunch of P-rock in it. And then this hole comes out at the water level, the pressure level. Gravity flows down this hill into this thing, which is just a tank valve. We're gonna put a float on there. And when that thing fills this tank up, then it's gonna start overflowing it out this pipe, which is gonna get hooked to that long one. And then we're gonna cover this with dirt right up by the tank and let it get going down the hill there. And it looks to me like it's gonna work, because when I close this, it starts coming out the overflow. So I just have to get my float figured out and then hook that pipe up and start scooping some dirt up there. Well, let's try to scoop some dirt up. Maybe, I don't know where to peel it off of, I guess. I could dig in that side hill a hair, I suppose. And I don't know if I should raise this side of the tank up just a skosh. It's pretty darn low. That's where it runs over, obviously. But once this works, we don't want it to run over. Help me! Well, I'm gonna run home and grab some dinner, and I think what I'm gonna do, because it's so mucky and muddy because the tank has been running over and the pipe has been seeping, and then of course it's trapped there, I'm gonna let this fill up. I'm gonna bring an electric fencer back and some poly wire and run a poly wire from the corner of this tank out a ways and protect this mud area so the cows can't get around there and that overflow pipe, and let them pack all this down. And then I'll have to add some dry dirt on top of it once that gets packed. And once we get our, sheesh, I thought about it was gonna hit my head, but it's that brome grass. Once we get the overflow perfected, let's go. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty and hungry. All right, guys, load up. Let's go home. Come on, load up. Do it. Get in there. Back up, Millie. That's 3 miles we bounced to get from our house back to that tire tank there. I was just kind of impressed with us that we had everything we needed. And we didn't, we had all our tools and everything. Good job, guys. All right, I'm gonna go fire up the grill and have a burger, I think. Catch you in a few. Well, let's grab a few posts and a little poly wire and fencer. Grab that. What else did we need? On my way home, I was thinking I got some of that 4.5-inch pipe that we use for fence posts. I got a longer piece. We could use that, put that overflow pipe in a, how's this angle, you guys, with my GoPro down here? If we took one of those pipes, those 4.5-incher, we could sleeve that overflow deal, which would help protect it from the cows. But we're still gonna fence it anyways, but combination. I also have this chunk of PVC pipe we could use to extend it as well. Maybe we'll just start with that and a fence. All right, see you out there. Might as well bring some salt. Mineral. Where were you guys at? Do you have calves? Not sure what's going on. I shut this gate a couple days ago. I didn't think there was any cows left out here. They don't have no calves with them, but they got calves. Well, I'll have to go open this gate and leave it open and see where these come from. Don't have no dang binos in the pickup either. They both have calves. They must be really young because I bellered a little bit and they both got excited. I have no idea where they've been. They could have been trapped behind that coulee way over there when we let the main herd out. But now I'd like to know where their baby calves are. Well, there's one feeder. In that video I was showing you how to make this, and then I didn't finish it in the video. I got about 20 of these, I suppose. So it's just conveyor belt, and then they're stainless steel bolts that we bolt through, cut the bead out on the one side, And you just bolt her down tight. That little gap will get filled with dirt and crap over time in between. Yeah, holds about 200 pounds of salt. And then I put a little chain or a piece of cable or something on there that I can hook it onto my four-wheeler and drag it if I want. Well, let's fill this up. There should be another one around here. Well, perfect timing on the old tank. She's just about full. We'll set the float to make her stop right there, and then we'll be able to check our overflow, and then I'm going to add on to it, and then we'll, like I say, we're going to put a hot wire around a big U right there, so this will have a chance to dry up. So I'm going to hook these two floats together. These are just old floats off of other projects, obviously, and if I remember right, those arms takes quite a little pressure to get them to shut off. But in this situation, there's not a lot of pressure because it's all free flowing. So now, I was going to just take a piece of chain and a couple of leg bolts and bolt it down to the tire. You can hear the water leaving now, going out over there. Nice. Cool, man. Let's go get a pipe on the end of that thing. Let's slide all these tools to the edge so you don't have to crawl back in here, Matt. Here she comes, away from the tank. So now if we do a hot wire from up there, we come down and go out here and come across here and then come back to where I'm standing and go back to that center part of the tank and just keep the cows off of that pipe. Give this thing a whole chance to dry up. We'll have to keep adding dirt here then because they've got this it's so squishy. But anyways, let's get some fence. No post driver, but I'm gonna go put one of these plastic ones for our V-point turnaround, so you have to put it in hyperspeed. I'm gonna run it through the handle just in case these cows bump it, because it's just a foot away from falling off that cliff. And then I'll put this thing out like here, so if they touch here they're gonna get shocked, so they shouldn't be able to really touch that fencer. She's a clicking. Can't forget about these guys. Well, I don't know what you think, but I think it turned out pretty nice compared to what it looked like when we got here. And when this stuff dries up, we can do one more or two more times of shaping this dirt up. If we can keep the water away, this is gonna be, this will dry up like over here, and we'll get her all nice and packed and good to go. And actually having a hot wire drainage, even if that becomes the let's just even say that doesn't work and you wanted to trench that and put some rock in there, or just trench it and then put a hot wire around it. That's what a guy needs to do. They gotta have some space by the tanks. That might be it. I'm gonna let you go. I want to thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.